welcome back to Tazzcraft, where things are kind of busy today, it looks like. Welcome to the episode that you didn't actually see. Oh yes, the video that didn't actually happen, which was me building the concrete shop. So that's a thing that happened. I am super disappointed because I love the look of this build. I really wanted to show you building it and kind of like what happened and some of the craziness that was involved with it. But yeah, that's not going to happen because all the video files were corrupted for some reason. Or I shouldn't say they all were corrupted. I got it all put together. I rendered everything, I removed all the videos, I went to look at it before I uploaded it, and it didn't have any sound. So that is another video that doesn't have anything. So the video that you will never see is me building this building that I don't know how much use it's going to get, in all honesty. It's just a concrete shop, but personally I think it looks amazing for what it is. So that's kind of the disappointment that I'm having today. It sucks. I don't really have anything else to do. At least this video isn't coming out until tomorrow, so I can come up with another project to do while we're there. My idea that I had was to go into the flower forest and see about putting together some dye farms, because in order to keep the concrete rolling, we have to have some sort of dyes so that we can ensure that we're getting all sorts of concrete. So that was going to be my plan for next episode. Guess it's going to be this episode. And, yeah, in all fairness, there's not really much to this, so I got people's reactions, though. Random, who's the one who wanted to do this with me, doesn't actually create anything in terms of Tazzcraft yet. He does have plans to, but I got his reaction, and he was super psyched about it, and thanks a lot, Sony Studio, whatever the heck it is. That's so frustrating. But yeah, that's the new concrete shop. And if you look at it from over here, oh yeah, low to the ground, like halfway between industrial and aesthetic. I like it. It's really cool. So yeah, that's going to be that. I'm going to have to come up with a project to do in the meantime, because I also had a moment where I came in here and I realized that someone had bought like almost all the heads off my wall. There's a whole bunch of heads missing off my wall, and they bought up almost all the heads in here. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't know quite what to do about that, but everything else seems fine. I'm going to have to get more leather. But I think besides the dye shop, I'm running out of farms to build. I really am. Which means I'm going to have to work more on the mega base, which I know some of you are going to be super excited to hear that coming back, because that mega base is, I don't know, constantly being put on the back burner, I believe is the proper way to put it. Because, yeah, there's very little. There's very little that keeps me there every once in a while, where it's just like, I need to do something else, and I find another project, and someone says something, and I do another project. And I really, 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 really want to get my base done. Again, it's one of those things that maybe it's not getting it done, just making a huge bit of progress on it, which is probably putting up the walls around it. I did the walls of the first part, realized it wasn't big enough, and then I put more sections on, so I got to put more walls up, and that might be a video in and of itself, because that is going to take me forever. But I at least have good grounds to just run through some of that. But yeah, we do need dyes. I believe that's the only thing we're really in need of. There was someone did say I should build what's it called? A vending machine? And building a vending machine for dyes would actually make kind of a bit of sense. So I'm not opposed to the idea. I just need to... I might need to expand the melon farm in order to make sure I get more than just the piddly amount of bone meal that I have been getting from it. So that's going to be an upgrade. Then we can use the bone meal, and then we can essentially flip that over and then use that for our flower farms, which we're going to need to build. But besides that, we've already helped out with ink, so we do have black dye. So that's good. Anything else I'm thinking of? For now, not really. I think that's going to be about it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more of the same old. And unfortunately, it's just going to get to that point where that's what we're going to have to... That's just what we're going to have to deal with. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of a platform being built here. Oh yes, we are all the way over by my villager area. I don't know if you can see that just over there. And I knew that this area was going to be prime for us to be building some flower farms. Now, why do you need flower farms? And the obvious answer is you just dies. That is 100% it. So what I decided to do was build the platforms above the ground level. Now the reason why we wanted to build above the ground level is so that we can kind of see what we're going to be getting here. So this area seems to be split mostly in the blue area, but as you can see there's a bunch of orange here too. So this particular platform should be along those lines in between blue and orange. Did I just say purple? Blue and orange. Holy cow, I just had a stroke or something. Anyway, so with that in order, what we're going to do is find the center. I found the center under here, right here. In fact, we might need to move that a little bit further forward because this is all going to need to be powered at some point. You'll figure that out in just a little bit. And yeah, so this is going to need to be moved forward exactly 1 block. There you go. Boom. So right here is where our dispenser is going to be when we get that in place. This all needs to be powered at some point, so I'm going to have to put blocks along here. But I just kind of wanted to have like a little bit of an update video on where we're at, and we just put the framework in. So framework's in. We need to put down trapdoors up there, and I obviously have not gotten things set up in the proper manner yet because I'm bad at games and everything I do. So, you know, that's fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to place trapdoors along this edge when this grass block finally decides to germinate, to spread out a little bit. And these trapdoors we're going to flood, and then we're going to flip them up by powering them with torches underneath. After that, we'll throw down a whole bunch of repeaters going into those blocks, and then we'll power the repeaters on and off to flip the gates up and down, and then basically just flood this entire thing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So perfect. So it'll fill up this entire thing, and then we'll click off, and then let everything go back to being normal, and then we'll hit the entire square with bone meal yet again, and we'll continue on that until you flip a lever, and it will stay flooded until the next time that you want to use the machine, I guess. That's essentially what's going on. Now I need to kind of go around here and place some light in here. I don't know quite where I'm going to do that or how I'm going to do that yet, but the light is just to make sure mobs don't spawn. If I decide that I should like turn all these on and AFK for a bit, So it's not absolutely necessary. Technically it's not necessary at all, because we could just have like a point in the middle, like in that cave right there, and we could just close ourselves off and then just AFK while the farms go. So there's going to be this one, which is orange and blue, and then we're going to need some for the other colors. So we're going to need one for purple. I'm not sure what else I'm going to need. I've already got red coming in by the truckload from the iron golem farm. So besides that, let me look and see if we can find something real quick, because we can get the purple. These are fine for light gray dye, but totally not necessary. We could get pink, but again, we get pink from bone meal, which we get from our giant farm anyway. And we've got 2 farms producing flowers already. We can also go through and remove the tall ones, the double tall ones, and we can make more specific farms based on that. So really, the only farm we really do need is the blue one and the orange one, because those are the only 2 that I don't think we can get with the flowers we already have, or by mixing flowers we already have, or by any of the other farms that we have. So I think we might actually be okay with just one of these. In all honesty, we could, I mean, don't get me wrong, we could totally do the double tall ones, but I don't think the double tall ones are as efficient, if I remember correctly, because those get you 2 dye, and then 1 bone meal gets you 2 dye, and this one has potential to get more? I'm not sure. I haven't actually checked those numbers out. Oh, we can get yellow too. We can do like the yellow blue right there, or the yellow. So yeah, yellow is another one that we need. So I'm going to have to look around here for a yellow. But that should be essentially all we need to look for around here. So hopefully that is as much of an explanation as I need to do. And then we'll get back to actually building the little flower platforms once I get things kind of figured out where I'm putting things. We could technically make this even longer by taking this repeater, or taking a repeater and putting it out here. So now it'll do its thing. And now it's all consistent and all works the same way. All works at the same time. Yep. See? Sometimes it's just that easy. See? And then we can turn it on. Or we can technically flip the lever and then turn the system off by literally turning the entire system on. So that's how that works. And I'm going to get some bone meal and we can test it out. Okay. Time to flick the lever. I just put bone meal in. So we should see everything's going. Yep. Now this is just general, so I don't think this... Yeah, so this wasn't part of the flower biome, and there really wasn't any yellow flowers in the flower biome. So it looks like this is just going to be general, which is kind of unfortunate, but should be plenty in terms of what the server actually needs right now. And to be fair, it does produce a decent amount of yellow flowers. Not that we like, I mean, what we really needed was yellow flowers, but I mean, some other flowers aren't bad. I mean, obviously we don't need the poppies, but I mean, we're up to 18 and we've only been sitting here for just a little bit, so. And it doesn't go crazy on bone meal either, so. I did the exact same thing as I did over there for that one, and we are looking pretty good down here. So it clicks, it opens, and then it should click and open. There was a secondary click, and the secondary click was using bone meal, even though bone meal couldn't actually be used on whatever was happening. So instead, I moved this circuit from being over here to being right here. bone meal doesn't actually follow the plants that were here before. So flower forests, what I was told was that a flower forest, whatever flowers that are around that area have a higher chance of spawning when producing bone meal in that area, specifically that little spot. But that doesn't seem to be the case, which also means that things are not going to be working the way that I thought they were going to. For those of you who don't know, I had a bit of a challenge, and that was to make something very, 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 very crazy on the Tazzcraft server. Now, did I make something crazy? Yes. Did I put it on the Tazzcraft server? No. At least not yet, because I'm not that insane to just go for it, because this is just nuts. What I came up with was this system. Okay? This is a vending machine. Now, I was going to do this for dye, but I've got two things. It's only working for 16 items so far, so I would need to put in more clocks in order for it to work correctly, which is a problem. And then the other thing, which is, it requires people to not be stupid. And I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, and I'll put it on the Tazzcraft server if everybody's like super hyped about this. But this is what I got so far. So what you do is you come over here and you're like, let's pretend this is the floor or something, because I can, I guess, just to make this not look horrible. Because at the moment it looks like just an absolute train wreck, and I know it does, because I built it, and it makes me feel bad that it's an absolute train wreck right now. But things happen with it. Okay, so let's say you come over here and you're like, okay, I want to buy some light blue dye. Okay, let's put it that way. Let's buy some light blue dye. So you come over here and you put a diamond in the chest, and that unlocks this chest. So you can go in here and you can put a light blue dye in, and then it will go like, okay, let's see what it is. Oh, light blue dye. Okay. All right. Light blue dye. So if I come over here, there's 16 light blue dye in the item hopper. Because this could just go to an output chest. Or it could just be put into a dispenser auto shoots. This system. Now it only does one item at a time, because doing more than one item at a time would be kind of insane, but I have a way to do it. I think I know how to do it. I'm actually super excited because I know how to do it. But this is my own design. This is nothing to do with anybody else. So like, I wanted to put this in an episode, if not for oh, you know what I could do? Wait a second. Let's just put a note block here. There you go. And when the note block dings, you know that it went through, and then it'll ding a second time when, or no, you'll just know when it ends. So if you come over here, let's do red dye. You know what? I'm gonna start in this chest this time. I'm gonna put my order in this chest, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna pay for it. Wait. Oh no, it doesn't work with multiple items. It doesn't work with multiple items. I could make it work with multiple items. if I made this circuit for every single one of the options. That's the other alternative, is literally making this gigantic circuit for each one of the options, and then it could process multiple orders at the same time. And I can do that. I know how to do that. Because all it would do is just spread this thing out over a million spaces, and I don't think Tion would like that very much. But if we come over here, it did say it gave me 16 items. It does do it. It does work. Now, if I wanted to, I could make it a full half stack or a full... So, it turns out, by putting these in, it essentially lengthens it by 8. So every time I put in 4 comparators in this orientation, it gets me another 8 items. Literally, all that I did is I came over here, I put in another one of these, a repeater, and another one of them, and would you look at what happens now. So I'm going to come over here, let's go over here and just pick up our diamonds again. So let's just toss in a diamond, and let's toss in a, you know what, let's do light blue dye. So we're just sitting here, and then it makes noises in the background. It just does whatever it wants to do. Fa la 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 la. And the other pulse extender goes off. And 32 die. And that's how easy it is to just expand it, have it give more. Now, I don't want to build this system because I have a feeling I know of a better system that sounds like it's going to be absolutely insane. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, if this should go on the Tazzcraft server, or if you want to see me work on something absolutely mind-boggling in terms of how to make a vending machine, because although this hasn't made it on the Tazzcraft server, it totally can, because I mean that is literally all this is right now. So it's a payment system. The payment system ends up, I mean, this is obviously crammed too far together. If I just move this one further out, it could have been a lot more compact. But it is its own system. It's self-contained, and it does absolutely crazy things. So I don't know if that qualifies for it, but yeah, that is this entire build here right now working, and I honestly didn't think this was going to be a thing. So yeah, no, thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm just gonna put this out here, and then I think we'll go and make the flower farms pretty, and then I will call it an episode. You guys can tell me what you think in the comments below. If you guys like this or hate this idea, just let me know, because I think this is one of the crazier things that I could have looked at putting on a server, or even made, period, because yeah, this is pretty insane. Alright, so we're back on the Tazzcraft server, and yeah, this is what we're doing. So I just decided for the outside to give it more of a home style feel, with the brick and then the stone brick on the bottom. Looks really nice, kind of clean. Don't get me wrong, you could add andesite, and you could add for down here, and you could add granite and stuff like that up there to weather it a little bit. I didn't really want to weather it, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the front end of it. especially because we need to get in there in order to refill the dispensers when those go. Even though I could just run a hopper chain if I really, really wanted to. I just have to run it out the side as opposed to out the front. But that's not really what I was after, in all honesty. That's just kind of bonus stuff. But yeah, that was all that was to do on this end of things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the vending machine, if that is or is not one of the crazier things that I've built, or if it's just not crazy enough, because it could also be that it is just not enough madness and I need to go even further, in which case you guys have no idea what you're in for if that needs to go further, because essentially I think I have a very good idea on how to fit pretty much everything I would ever want into a system, even though it sounds like a terrible idea and I wouldn't have it very compact, because like I can making it compact is kind of not my specialty, but yeah, I have some very good ideas on how to make it even more insane. But until that time, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, have a good one.
Hey, do it!